another episode. Gary, you're back.
I am back.
You're back.
For another week.
There's only two of us right now, but we have added another host.
Yet another one, a co-host.
Another co-host, yes. He has to. You gotta upgrade, I guess you could say. So we got a new host this week. We have a new segment that we're gonna. I guess we'll get at it later.
We'll get into that.
We'll leave it at that. So the Cardinals and the Rams are playing right now. So let's go ahead and get through this. Go ahead. What happened last week?
What happened last week? We had King of the Castle losing to the replacements. First loss of the season.
You can't win them all.
Exactly.
You can't be the Dolphins.
You got Johnny Cashews being below me, which
What?
is a surprise.
He won.
He won again.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Suck My Peterson over Victorious, which was a big shocker. Rumpelstiltskins over Churchbound. Green Bowl Packers over Mr. Mojo Rising, which was me.
Yeah, you lost.
I'm 0-4. Multiple Gorgasms over Bill's Swell, and Jukies over One Man Wolfpack, and we have to name the beatdown of the week to the grimiest mofo that I've ever heard or seen in my life.
Congrats to him. The thing that gets me, I mean, he got the beatdown, congratulations, but we've had 4 weeks of fantasy football, and Team America has been the victim twice.
Maybe that's why he just changed his name to the Comebacks.
But he's not going to make one. he's not.
As long as he's not representing the name America, it's okay.
Yeah, you took that out, so we're not going to give you as much
But
stuff.
that was a 36-point beatdown. Congrats to Shane.
Yeah, congrats. It's not as big of a beatdown, but I guess if Shane's going to give a beatdown, it's probably going to be pretty minuscule,
yeah,
right?
it's very.
Alright, so that's what happened last week. Go ahead and jump into the standings. Placements in multiple Gorgasms and Rumpelstiltskins are all both 4-0. Green Bowl Packers, Jukies, King of the Castle, Victorious, and Not the Bang 3-1.
Yep.
Then there's the rest of the scum.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and pop that up. That's still up there for you guys to see. Let's go ahead and read off this week's NFL schedule. Like we said, the Cardinals and Rams are playing right now. Sunday at 1, Eagles at Steelers, Packers at Colts, Browns at Giants, Falcons at Skins, Dolphins at Bengals, and Ravens at Chiefs. 4 o'clock, we got Seattle at the Panthers, Bears at Jags, Broncos at Patriots, Bills at Niners, Titans at Vikings. Sunday night should be a pretty good game. Chargers at Saints trying to win a game. And then Monday night, it had a lot of hype going into the season, but the Texans at the Jets.
Yeah, that should be Texans all over.
I know. I really wish Monday Night Football could do the whole switch out thing like they do on NBC and Sunday Night Football.
Maybe we'll have a little Tebow appearance that night.
Hopefully we won't. Hopefully, I really hope we don't. So, like we said last week, we're hoping that you guys will send us some tweets or some emails, some questions about anything that you have questions with. So, we had one last week. We've upgraded. We have 3.
We have 3. Awesome.
Yes. So, Danny in Mechanicsville would like to know who to start, Ryan Matthews or Reggie Bush. Ryan Matthews going up against the Saints and Reggie Bush at Cincinnati.
Wow. I mean, I feel like Cincinnati still has a very good front four.
Yes.
New Orleans are giving up points all over.
They're the worst defense in the NFL. Yeah. You got to go Ryan Matthews on this.
You do have to go Ryan Matthews. But although, who is it? Jackie Battle that's starting for them as well. Jackie!
No.
But I feel Ryan Matthews is going to get his points in that one.
Yes, as long as he doesn't fumble.
Ryan Matthews, Danny.
Alright, so number 2, we have Mike out here in the West End. You have 4, you got to pick 2 of them. Dwayne Bowe playing Baltimore in Kansas City. Danny Amendola right now against Arizona. Brandon Lloyd playing Denver. And Stevie Johnson at San Francisco.
Wow. And we have to pick 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. You can think about it. We already picked out our 2. I got Amendola. He's getting so many targets right now. And Brandon Lloyd against Denver.
You know, that's not a bad one at all. I mean, you got Tom Brady throwing the Brandon Lloyd. Denver is a solid defense, but I would definitely put him into Stevie Johnson at San Francisco. That's going to be tough.
And Debo against Baltimore's defense.
Yeah, that's definitely tough, too. So I would definitely stick with Amendola and Lloyd.
Amendola.
Whatever.
I've done this 2 weeks in a row now. Come on, Bear.
Let me say what I want to say.
Alright, then one more. We actually, Mike in Mechanicsville. He said he doesn't play fantasy football, but he figured he'd like to email in. He says he's a Dolphins fan. Wants to know about Ryan Tannehill. He's been doing good the past 2 weeks. He had 400 yards last week.
400 yards.
And he just wanted to know, when does Tannehill become a number 1 QB? When does he become a starter?
We still have to give him a few more weeks. I mean,
Yes.
kind of like Chad Henne had breakouts for
Yes.
Miami back in the day too.
Yes.
But Give him a few more weeks. This is his first year. I mean, he's not your solid QB at all in his rookie year. But
he's doing good work on your bench.
He's doing good. I mean, it's still worth a try on like mediocre defenses. But as of right
I mean, that was against Arizona's defense too last week.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, especially if you're in a keeper league and you drafted him late, he's definitely somebody you might want to keep going in next year.
True.
So, all right. So we got into our 3 questions. So hopefully we'll have more next week, you guys. So like we always say,
keep popping.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter at BeAmerica1. And then also hit us up. We have our email address, beamerica1@gmail.com.
Hey.
So help us out. Spread the word.
Do it.
All right. So matchups. You're up first.
I'll start it off. We got Jukies versus the 0-4 defending champ, Bills 12.
Defending chump.
The defending chump is right.
And Tony will take a dump on him.
Exactly.
I'm not going to stop rhyming.
Well, she has Matthew Stafford with a bye, but I don't see anything on her bench for QB.
So she's rolling QB list as we speak. So she has 3 days to pick up somebody, but
she might have to make a quick trade if it's available.
True.
But yeah, she's got that. She's got Torrey Smith and Stevie Johnson. We talked about Stevie Johnson against 49ers. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But I like kind of Torrey Smith against Kansas City. He's got a lot to play with there. Michael Bush is actually a very good pickup, and Benjaris Green Ellis, he's a hit or miss as well sometimes. But she's still got Larry Fitz, and he's getting a lot more looks as well. But Bills 12, Matt Schaub. He's going to pick it up, I'm sure.
Against the Jets, definitely.
Marquise Colston, Mike Wallace.
Colston,
I think just his only setback is having a good, solid second running back. I mean, he's got...
Well, the Market Murray's on the bye.
Well,
so that screws him.
Well, that does screw him. Why is he 0-4? He's got a solid team.
I mean, I
just cannot believe he's not putting up any points.
I mean, he get bad matchups. He's played some solid teams so far.
Exactly.
So,
all in all, I'm going to give him the win. He's going
to get off the schneid.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Upset special. First matchup.
She doesn't have a QB, and I don't think there's any available.
Okay. All right. Well, you got that? All right. Let's go to the next matchup. Speaking of an upset special, the guy, I guess the number 2 person we like to rag on, Johnny Cashews, pulled up last week's upset special and won. He's now 1-3. And going up against the 0-4, he changed his name. The one-man Wolfpack, formerly Who the Hello. He changed his name. But, man, he won, and I'm going to give him another victory this week. I like Tom Brady and Brandon Lloyd in Denver. C. Smith against Seattle. I think he's going to do something. And then he picked up Dominic Hickson this week. With Akeem Nicks out and Ramsey Barden pretty much out, he's going to be the number 2. They're going to be against Cleveland. And I just think Giants. If you got any Giants on your team, start them.
Exactly.
I think he's going to win. One-man Wolfpack does have Breeze against San Diego. I feel like Breeze is going to put up good points because I think he's going to... They're 0-4. He's got to want to win, man.
Right, that's what
And Brandon Marshall against Jacksonville. I think he had a hell of a game against the Cowboys last week. So,
and then the number 1 defense, and he just slaughtered.
Yeah. And then one guy one of his running backs he has as a question mark for me, Brandon Bolden from New England. He blew up last week against Buffalo, but I don't know, 2 weeks in a row, kind of a...
It's tough, it's a hit or miss.
It's a hit or miss. But like I said, I'm taking Johnny Cashews to win.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I guess I'll go with Cashews, too.
All right.
Sorry, Morgan.
Yeah.
Is it going to be over?
We'll see what happens. All right, well, that's our first 2 matchups. Let's go ahead and jump to our outside analyst, Mr. Jared Tripp, for the next 2. Jared?
Hello, America. It's your outside influence, Jared Tripp here. Coming to you quickly with King of the Castle versus Victorious for my 2 matchups today. We get started. King of the Castle. Jordy Nelson at Green Bay. I like that. I think Jordy Nelson's going to have another big game this week. Coming up next, Kendall Wright. Not a bad start considering all the buys we got going. Jamal Charles against Baltimore is going to be a tough one. And Jacquizz Rodgers, he's going to be hit or miss for him in the slot here. But I like Pittsburgh's defense against Philly coming back on the bye with James Harrison and Troy Polamalu. So that's going to be interesting to check out too. Now Victorious, Mr. 3-1. I like his matchups. Julio, great matchup. Amendola, number 7 in fantasy points. Richardson, they said Steven Jackson's playing tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. But Forte, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Brown, Blair Walsh, Green Bay's defense, and JPP, all great matchups. I like Victorious. Green Bowl Packers and Churchbound, my last matchup of the day. Player of the month, Mr. A.J. Green. Everybody thought he was taking a little too high. Schwagner making it look good. Also, come on guys, Brian Hartline, y'all let him fall on the waiver wire to him. Great pickup, Wagner. And lastly, Mercedes Bennett. Pretty decent. He's hit and miss, but that's not a bad backup to have. I mean, 2 years ago he did score 10 touchdowns, so we'll see if he can try to replicate that tonight. Churchbound, Mr. Philadelphia Eagle. Don't like the matchup. Pittsburgh's coming off a bye. They're getting healthy. They're getting the running back back. They're getting defensive players back. Philly doesn't play good. Churchbound doesn't play good. So I don't like Vic in this matchup. I don't like Jackson. Robert Meacham, he's done absolutely doo-doo. He might put up some points. He might try to feed him the ball since he's playing his old team. But Jonathan Stewart, don't like him against Seattle. Don't like Selleck. Don't really like Woodhead. Didn't get any touches in the run game last week. He might score a few points in the passing game. We'll see. And don't like Philadelphia's defense. Like I said, Churchbound. Philadelphia Eagles. Don't like it. So I'm going to take the Green Bowl Packers in that one. Good night, America. I'm drinking beer.